Hey everyone, so I've been doing some testing with this new MiniMax H3 model, just trying to speed things up. So I figured I'd just create this video, just show everyone what I found and hopefully help some other people out. So yeah, if you haven't heard about this MiniMax H3, I did another video about a week ago on this, just showing you how to kind of set it up, get everything working. So I recommend you go check that out. Just so you can get an idea of how to use the model. So this is kind of like a continuation of that, just to show you how to make it run faster. So this is the workflow. This is basically the workflow I had in the other video. You can see like over on the left here, the models are loaded. Down here is where you set the resolution and the time. The prompt is this right here. And then this is kind of like the standard, just the default for MiniMax H3. So you don't need to go through all these nodes, just that they work. And then the output video that I created is over here. So the things I changed for this video for the performance are these nodes right here. And I can just go through them real quick, just show you how they're set up, and then I'll go into detail how each one of it works and how to get each of these nodes. So for the diffusion model over here, this is just the standard low diffusion model, the standard safe tensors node. The first thing you want to do here is I'm using this RG3 power LoRA loader. You can use the built-in LoRA loader, but I like this one because you can include multiple LoRAs and you can easily toggle them off, on and off, set the strength. It makes it really easy. And then if you want to add more, you just hit this add, and then you can add more LoRAs here. So right now, you can't really see because it's kind of short, but I have the 4-step and the 8-step loaded. And I'll get into more in a bit exactly how those work. So then after the LoRA loader, it goes into one of the attention nodes. So right now I have 2 different attention nodes. This is the Sage attention node. It has a really long name, but you can see Sage attention is in it. This one comes from the KJ Nodes pack, which is a really good node pack. I recommend you install that one, but that's in there. Once you install that pack, you can use this. Or there's this model attention backend, which is built into the latest versions of Comfy, and this will apply the Comfy Kitchen attention. So by default, it starts with this PyTorch attention, but make sure you change it to this Comfy Kitchen attention. And right now, this one is not connected, so you can only have one of these connected at once. So right now, the model is coming out of the Power LoRA loader, going into these. I only have the Sage attention one set up right now. But if you want to switch to the Comfy Kitchen one, just drag this, and then it'll switch it like that. So you can easily switch between them. And then the third node here, or the fourth node, is the Spectrum Applied MiniMax H3. This one comes from a node pack. Basically, all you do is install this node, put this node in your workflow. I just left all the defaults. I'm not sure what all these things do. You can mess around with these if you want to try and speed things up, but I just left it as the default. And then once it comes out of there, you just plug it into your normal workflow, just like normal. Yeah, so that's basically an overview of how this workflow works. And in the document I created, you'll be able to find links to this, so you don't have to recreate it. But if we go back over to the document, and again, I'm going to link this document in the video too, so you'll find that. You can just copy and paste all the links. Okay, so the overview, here's kind of what I just described. So there's 3 basic ways you can do it. You can use a Turbo LoRA, and there's 4 and 8-step versions. Or there's attention mechanisms. So I use Sage Attention or Comfy Kitchen. Comfy Kitchen is kind of the new one. Sage Attention has been around for a little while. This is kind of the new one. So I just wanted to see which one is the best. So I'll cover that later in the document. And this Spectrum one is just a node that somebody implemented that also just speeds things up. And you can combine the Spectrum with the attention nodes. You can also combine them with all of them at once, but I'll show you later in the document why you may not want to do that. And then so here at the top, I just listed a couple of links. You can download the workflow that I just showed, and then you can download all the example video outputs. So you can just see what all the videos look like for all the different scenarios. Okay, so let's just get into the different ways, the actual details of how you use these things. So to do the Turbo LoRAs, you can just go to this link right here. Just copy that. And you can see, so this is from this Kajai. I don't know exactly how you pronounce that, but he has this MiniMax H3 Comfy nodes. So he repackaged these Turbo nodes. So if you look in here, you can see, so these FL2V, these ones are, FL is first frame, last frame. So if you're doing a first frame, last frame, or if you're just using a text to video, use one of these FL2Vs. If you're using references in your workflow, you want to use this Ref2V. So you kind of have to use different ones depending on the type. And you can see these 0.1 versions up here, and then he recently uploaded these 1.0. So if you're doing FL2V, like my workflow is using FL2V, so I'm using one of these nodes, and that's where or LoRAs. So you can see there's a 4-step and 8-step. These 0.01s up here, these are old, just don't use these. And if you're using a reference workflow, use this one. This one is only version 0.1. But you can see it was updated at the same time, so this one's just a little bit behind. So pick the one that you want that matches your workflow. In my case, as you can see here, I just have both of them loaded, and then I can just toggle them on and off as needed. Okay, so put those in. Those should be pretty easy to get going. And then the other thing you need to do is, depending which one you select, so if you select a 4-step one, you need to come down here in this basic schedule node and change the steps. So if you're using a 4-step node, change this to 4. 8-step node, change it to an 8. Or if you're not using a Turbo LoRA, just leave it as 20, which is the default, the non-Turbo version. So yeah, just either set 4, 8, or 20 right there. So currently the workflow is set up for 20, no Turbo LoRA. But so if you want these, make sure to change that. Okay, so that's how you set that up. Okay, the next one is attention. So that's where we have these 2 nodes up here. And Sage Attention is the older style that's been around for, I don't know, a year, something like that. And Comfy Kitchen is the new one that got released just a week or so ago. I'm not exactly sure on the dates, but it's been pretty recent. So let's go through that. So if you want to install Sage, the problem with Sage is that you have to install this Sage Attention 2.20 Python module to do it. And I actually had a really difficult time getting this to work. And just to give you a preview, I found out that the Comfy Kitchen one was better, at least on my hardware. I'm using a 3090 with 24 gigs of VRAM. Maybe Sage Attention will be better. If you want to install it, I have this script here that you can use here. So I have this script here, and I use this to install Comfy in WSL2. So you can run this whole script if you just want to install Comfy. I made another video on that. Check my video history. You can find that one too. But you can, if you just want to see how to install Sage, there is a method here or in here somewhere. Oh, sorry, this is, I guess I haven't uploaded the latest one yet. But I will update one soon that shows you how to actually do this install. But basically what you need to do, you need to actually compile this node. They don't have a pre-built one. So it's really difficult to get it working. Honestly, I don't really recommend doing this. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hassle. It's easier to use the Comfy Kitchen one. And you also need the KJ nodes pack to do that. But if you do eventually get this installed, Sage Attention node installed, you want to use this custom node here from the KJ nodes. And you just pass the model right through it. You don't need to configure anything. It'll automatically pick up your Sage Attention, pass it through. So I recommend don't doing that, but you can try it if you want. I just find it's way easier to use this Comfy Kitchen one. So to do that, as long as you have a new Comfy Kitchen, You can just go into the node, just search for model attention backend, which is right here. So I already have it here. Just takes your model and it outputs a model. So all you need to drop your model here. It'll come in here and then attach it into your workflow, and then you'll be running Comfy Kitchen attention. So you don't need to install anything. All you need to do, it's all just built into Comfy. Just use this node and it'll work. And as I said, I found it's faster than Sage Attention anyways, so it's faster and easier to set up. I really recommend you just using this. Okay, and then the last thing is the Spectrum. So that's this node here. So to install that, I told you show you how that I install it. It's basically just a custom node you have to install. You can go to this URL and just find out more about it. I had problems earlier installing it from the manager. They may have fixed that now. So you might want to just try to install it from the manager first, but if that doesn't work, go ahead and just clone it into your custom nodes and it should just work. Once you do that, you can just drag the node in here, and then like the attention ones, it takes a model input, outputs your model. I just left everything at default. I don't know how useful those changing these things are, but yeah, try them if you want. Yeah, so that's basically how you test all these performance speedups. If you're using my workflow, you can, if you just want to bypass one of them, just click it, right click and click bypass. This will make just not even, it'll just bypass it, it won't be used. You don't even have to rewire anything. And actually, this one just hasn't enabled. You can just turn it off right here. And then also in the power lower, you can just turn it off here. But for these, you need to rewire them, which is really easy in the workflow, but just rewire them into your workflow. Like I have this one, like right now, this one's kind of just hanging off of here. You can just leave it like this. It just won't get used during your workflow. So now here's the results down here. I wrote this little script to try every single combination. The results are down here. So as you can see in this column, it tested every single combination. At the bottom here is with everything off. So as you can see here, from the first column is attention, the second one's turbo, and then spectrum, and then this is the number of steps. So for attention, so for the baseline, it's attention is off, turbo is off, spectrum is off, and at 20 steps. It took this long to render my video. And then here, as you can see, I put how much faster it is from this baseline test here. So as you can see, if you look at the steps column, you can kind of get just a rough idea of which ones are the fastest. So all the 4-step Turbo LoRAs are at the top, meaning that they're the fastest. Then next comes all the 8-step ones, and then all the ones without the Turbo LoRA at all. And then if you look in here, so we'll look at the 4-step. There's really not that much difference between once you have 4-step turbo on and the attention, the spectrum. I kind of recommend just, if you have turbo on, just don't even mess around with the attention or the spectrum. I mean, you do get some speed up. You might want to just try it, see what you get. You can test my sample output, see which one you like. But how I'm going to use it, I think I'm just going to use either 4-step turbo, 8-step turbo, or use Comfy Attention with the spectrum loaded, because see, that one's, with that one you get a 43% speed up. You get much faster with the 4-step turbo, but I find that the Turbo LoRAs degrade the quality a little more. Without Turbo LoRAs, I think you get a little more quality. So you kind of have to judge for yourself. Do you want the absolute fastest? Use the 4-step turbo. And if you want the best quality, but still want to speed up, don't even use the Turbo LoRA and use spectrum and attention. And if you want something maybe in the middle, you can try the 8-step LoRA. But yeah, look at this. You can just read my results here. And then at the top, I kind of listed, you can download the video outputs right here. And you can see, download the zip file. You can get all the outputs and view them. down here you can see which file name goes with which, so you can match them up. Just look through all these videos, see which one you like, then you can match them up to here, see which one sped things up for you. So that's all I got for this video. If you have any comments or you have any questions about it, just leave a comment below. I'll be glad to help you out, help you get things going. Maybe we can figure out, maybe you have some input about which one you like the best. Go ahead and leave that below, and because I'd like to find out what people are using themselves. So that's it for this one. Yeah, leave a comment, and if you don't leave a comment, I'll just see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.